up. I mean, there's not sort of trying to think where he could slot in, and a lot of the teams do have, you know, 1 or 2 openings, but it's just not really there for him, and I don't think he's going to leave Na'Vi as well. He just needs to stick with it.
I see them building around him, not him moving up there.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
We're into this game anyway. Let's see what GODSENT can do on the T side. A fast B play in order, apparently, as Doppler just charging in. It's Luke on the site, new addition, or temporary addition for Na'Vi, and 1 kill from him. It's simple. The man himself stepping up with a double kill as well, and GODSENT just being taken apart. Bomb dropped in the middle of the bomb site. No utility left here for the T side, and the CT's having rotated in.
2 players left for GODSENT. They are just going to be forced back off the bomb. The bomb has been dropped over towards the site. They do need to take that aggression if they want to get the plant or even get anything from the rest of this round. Checking all their angles, but all 3 of the Na'Vi players will be sat on this B bomb site. Playing a little bit further back, playing passive. They do know that GODSENT have to push towards them. Yeah. They're taking their time. Ooh. They know that they don't need to do anything more than just let Simple get all these kills, and that's 3 kills so far that he's racked up into this round, and now it's just Twist, who, you know, it's 3. If he plays it right, he can land those headshots with the Glock and try and get those frags, but he's trying to shoot down Monster, and he's against Simple, so if he is able to get in and get the headshot, he can do just that. Lands the shot. Simple does fall now versus 2. Only has 36 seconds left. Does have quite a bit of health left. If they don't land those headshots, Edward will do, though. They will close out the round. Na'Vi take the pistol, so they will be putting themselves forward. Edward actually picking up the M4 off the back of that, and 2 rifles being bought. Simple as well.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about him pre-game, and then the pistol only gets a 3K. What else can you expect from the man himself? We'll be interested to see if Na'Vi can take this victory away. It's crazy looking at this kind of matchup and going, they might not be able to, which is a total possibility. I do think that if Simple goes off, then yeah, this could be Na'Vi's, but we'll see. As GODSENT pistol's going to be up, Simple will be opening things off on the CT side, already taking the player down towards B as he gets aggressive on shorts. GODSENT already losing Disco Doppler. Still Deagles remaining, but no utility, and that's the main issue here for the round. They've got to take gunfights, and Na'Vi, they're doing exactly the same. Double rifle up, as you said. GODSENT sneaking their way up towards the A bomb site. Just Freddy B
boost? Here. Is that a boost on the B bomb site? They're stacking up on top of the crates.
Just to watch a connector from Simple, so just a very default angle. The issue is, of course, if GODSENT burst out onto B and you had that double boost in play, you're suddenly a little bit screwed, a little bit exposed. Yeah,
well, certainly, yeah, because you exposed 2 of them to your face, and well, when you've got Dennis hitting shots like that, you do not want to be overexposed against a team like GODSENT. Falling back out of bathrooms, rotating in through connector. Flamey has a position up short, but yes, forced back off of it. The Deagle shots ringing through, and he's going to be a little bit afraid of those, but not afraid enough as Freddy B opens up the B bomb site. Now it's Zeus sat on site, goes for the spray, only gets 1 and traded out straight away. The rest of GODSENT flooding in. Now it's just Edward left standing for Na'Vi. I was going to go for the full name there, but didn't quite manage to get it all out. But nonetheless, they only have 1 player left standing, and GODSENT played this beautifully. They pushed onto the B bomb site and were able to just check all of those angles. Na'Vi didn't go for those double faces and didn't get the trades. Only 1 spray potential, and Zeus wasn't able to get those shots through. Very, very nice, clean take from GODSENT onto the B site, and Na'Vi won't be able to retake.
Yeah, safety in numbers, and GODSENT showing that as they rotate on back down after that pick on Luke. Edward just trying to get some exit damage done. GODSENT won't save many weapons. The only other M4 on Simple was dropped in heaven, so GODSENT won't be able to retrieve it. Instead, they take 1 UMP, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Na'Vi have only won 1 round here, so they've invested all their money into this. They're only going to have 1,400 coming in, so their money's gone. Despite this 1 save for M4 and Edward, everyone else is going to be on pistols or a UMP at very max. Yeah, Zeus could get up body armor and a UMP, but other than that, there's not a whole lot for Na'Vi. But again, they are going to force into this, obviously being reset and being Na'Vi. Why wouldn't you? A lot of firepower on this team. As Flamey, I wouldn't say he's been performing recently as how we expect of him. He's had his time to do very well. We know of a skill ceiling, but at least recently, Flamey's been dropping off. I mean, again, everyone from Na'Vi has, apart from Simple, so I feel like that statement is just redundant in and of itself, but triple rifle up for GODSENT, playing things safe.
Slowing it down, playing far back and gathering all the intel they can. They are aware that Na'Vi will go for something like this. I'm of the opinion that at the start of the game, until you lose 2 rounds, you just pour your money in. Because if it goes back and forth, you just want to keep going for those buys, those full buys, those forced buys. That's exactly what we're seeing. You can limit the economy of the enemy team and do as much damage as possible and potentially even pick up the victory. So Na'Vi do have that strength, yeah.
Especially if you're getting 3 or 4 kills per round as well.
Exactly.
If you're taking players away, and even if you lose, but you get 3 kills, you know GODSENT are going to have low money, right? So it's worth it force buying up because crush their economy before they even build it is basically the mindset behind it for these teams. And GODSENT, they kept 3 players alive last round, but it was only a force buy, so they only kept armor really. This time they're setting up towards the B-bomb site. SMG's in play. Na'Vi not with a whole lot of defense. They have 4 players here, but again the weaponry is going to be the main deficit here for the CT side.
Look at that position on long as well. Twist has got the full flank on, trying to distract towards A potentially, and that will actually draw the rotate away from Zeus. So they've pulled a player off already. 3 players now sat on that B-bomb site for Na'Vi as they do force that rotate. GODSENT still biding their time. They haven't actually gone to push in. And that's going to allow them potentially to rotate back in, but the take does come through, and Schneider is going to open it up. Luke does go down, finds a second as well with that UMP, but Flamey's ready to chime in, and so is Zeus. They do trade off relatively effectively for Na'Vi, as the rest of them do just continue to fall. They did at one point have an even trade, but now it's just Edward again set up in that heaven position, looking to try and get exit frags, try and do as much damage as possible, but don't think he's going to be able to do too much, forced away by a little bit of utility. The bomb got planted, will spot out a player, but has to back off. He's only on 18 HP.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Schneider will even take him down with him. And grabs the M4 to play with 3 kills from that man as GODSENT wrap 2 rounds together, and this is what you said. 2 rounds in a row now mean Na'Vi should be ecoing this one because, well, they're at about $2K. If they eco, they'll get 2,400. That's the thing, though. If we look at the money of Na'Vi, if they eco this one, they get 4,400 coming in next round, assuming they don't buy anything and they don't get any kills, which is okay. That's enough, but it's not a great buy by any means. 4,400 only allows you an M4 body armor and a smoke flash or a kit. It's not enough for Na'Vi. So obviously they're still going to eco and buy up next because that's the best situation they have right now. They don't want to give away early rounds to GODSENT before they built up the money, but it's not going to be a great buy for Na'Vi. We wait for the typical 6th round buy, which will now be a little bit later, which will have the AWP potential and obviously all the utility and kits for Na'Vi, but let's see what they can get done next round with the rifles, as they will be pulling those in. This time it's just a couple of P250s, and by and large, not going to be expecting this one from Na'Vi. GODSENT would have to make some massive mistakes.
Ooh, a little bit of a face potentially up long as they do get the players going in there, but Freddy is going to be the one to take down Simple. So the main man of the hour will go down, finds a second as well. Flamey across the map did actually manage to get a kill on towards Dennis, so they have already limited a little bit of that economy. Zeus playing in the water has been spotted out. They do know he's there. They are aware of that position, so they can play around it. The bomb rotating away. They don't want to push in where they don't need to. Very smart, GODSENT. You don't need to force a take because you do have the advantage. They know they're only coming up against pistols. They know that there shouldn't be any armor on the side of Na'Vi, so if they just go to a different site and potentially find a weakness and try and just pick off the players, that's all they need to do. The take going on towards this A site. Disco Doppler starts it off with a Mac 10.
Ooh, doesn't check his close right corner, luckily will, but after Edward finds that frag, so allows a bit more damage going the way of Na'Vi. One more kill will stop GODSENT from creating cash, but that doesn't seem possible. Luke's been found, and Zeus, he's been spotted. Twist is holding the angle, and you don't expect him to miss those. 3 rounds in for GODSENT. Clean anti-eco so far. Kept at least 3 players alive, or exactly 3 players alive every round. So now Na'Vi have that buy, but this is what we talked about. It's an issue. They have very, very little utility. Some players with a couple of flashbangs because they got 2, got a kill in the previous round. But other than that, smoke, flash, body armor, M4. That's the buy that you're going to see into this one. And Simple, he wants utility, so he goes for an MP7. Interesting gun choice. We've been seeing a lot more usage of this SMG with the nerf of the UMP, but against full rifles, a bit risky.
Still relatively effective. I mean, when I'm jumping around in my next to silver games, apparently.
Are you silver?
No, I'm not silver. I'm just certainly not as good as these guys. I'm not gonna tell you my rank on stream because I'll just get flamed.
No.
No matter what it is, I'll just get flamed.
You're not global? How dare you?
Exactly.
Casters have to be. We have to be amazing.
Exactly. We have to be the best at the game. We essentially have to be pro players.
The whole point is we cast because we're not good.
Yeah, I know. That's what I keep telling people, but they still flame me. But yeah, I mean, I've had success jumping around corners and getting the headshots, but it's never going to work in a game like this. Of course, these players ready and waiting to just pop anyone who tries to do something so silly.
Yeah, and Simple just playing at close range, sitting on the edge of the smoke down towards B. If GODSENT bursts that B bomb site, Simple's perfectly poised to deal with it. He's got support as well coming out from both Flamey and Zeus, who are playing very close towards short. So right now the setup's fine really for Na'Vi. The only issue is GODSENT are focused up on A. They've far from committed with the bomb drop back down so passive. The Na'Vi don't have a hell of a lot of information. The main player we're looking towards is Edward, who's pushed a little bit down towards short, but realistically, in this position, there's not a lot of trade potential. Luke can support him from the bomb site, but if Edward pushes far down past this corner, this is it. He's now past the point of no return, really. If they go past him now, he's got to take the fight, and he's got to get at least one kill to make it worth his while. If he goes down here, if Schneider pre-fires the corner, that's already Na'Vi at a disadvantage. But look at the time, 20 seconds left, and there we go, Schneider checks the corner, that's the issue. Only Luke on the site now, and while GODSENT don't have a lot of time, if Luke goes down, this is the round over. That should be it. We shouldn't even see the retake from Na'Vi, they should just run away.
Saving it up, but Flamey has other ideas, actually. He's going to be playing up aggressive. Will actually get a frag onto Schneider, so they have only got 4 players to contend with, but that's still 4 players to contend with.
And look at the other 2 players in Na'Vi as well.
Exactly, you've got the other players just rotating away. There's no way Flamey should be going for this. That was a little bit risky, even to be going up that far. But he did get away with a kill. He did get away with the rifle still intact and has the armor and helmet as well. So a little bit more money saved onto him. They might go hunting, not sure.
The main issue with the aggressive positioning there is GODSENT only had 20 seconds. There's no real inherent need for Edward to get a kill or play aggressive. He can just play the bomb site and try and stop that bomb from going down. Again, pushing in through the smoke or just playing trades on the bomb site's fine. But looking for kills on the 20 seconds left is just a little unnecessary. And yeah, he does get taken down as a result. Luckily, Na'Vi do damage, as only the AWP is saved on Twist. 2 guns are taken away, simple upgrades, but it's still an eco here. They should be going in for just pistols, some armor, wait for that loss bonus to max out next round, and then fully buy up. So that's what we're going to see here from Na'Vi, I assume, unless they go for a crazy buy. So yeah, just pistols, armor, that's it. Buy next round. Let's see what these 2 Catalyst rifles can do.
It looks like they're playing fast up mid towards Connector and towards bathrooms as well. They're also going for aggression over towards B. So they're trying to play up close. And it looks like GODSENT, again, that passive playstyle playing right into their hands. Flamey actually trading out his teammate, so they baited one of the pistols and were able to get the kill. Oh, Twist unscopes, but scopes back in. Gets the frag, as does Freddy. Lands the headshot, but those Na'Vi players still have the rifle in play. Edward is on the back looking for a frag. They are unaware that he's been spotted out on the A site. Pushing in, Edward does know that there is a player and he's going to be trying to rotate down, has spotted him out completely. So they are completely aware of where Freddy is, but he's actually going to rotate up or down through bank, and so is Edward. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse situation. He's biding his time. Being ever patient, Edward, with the trigger discipline. He's got the headshot with the CZ. Picks up a rifle as well, has full armor. So they only have 3 players, and they are actually coming up against a relatively strong hold. What could be a stronghold until Flamey goes down to a spray from Schneider. Now it's just Edward with that AK playing up close, playing in the water, has already taken an aggressive position. They think he's in heaven, and they don't know where he is, but Schneider just 180s, taps the headshot, and that is going to be the end of the round. GODSENT putting that 5th on the board, and Na'Vi really struggling.
That could have been huge. Edward let Schneider walk past, because why would he be turning around in that situation? So he was going to go stop the bomb plant and then kill Schneider, who was pushed, but just good game sense from Schneider. Turns back around, picks it up for GODSENT. 5-1 up here on the T side. A great performance so far. AWP on either team. We're going to see Luke on that over Simple. I don't know about that one. Maybe Simple's feeling the rifles, but again, we saw this same issue yesterday in Mousesports. We actually saw the stand-in, the coach LMBT play AWP over Oscar a couple of rounds, and we were kind of like, what's going on here? So now seeing Luke over Simple on the AWP, bit of a surprise, but we'll see. We'll see. Don't want to look into it too deep just yet. And again, Simple's very effective with the rifles as well, so it's not the end of the day here for Na'Vi. They can still get work done with that M4. As he's down towards the B-bomb site. Luke is going to be pushed up on long, will fall back. GODSENT, again, holding this default. Still focused towards B with 2 players outside of the bomb site, but they've just held everywhere on the map right now, not allowing Na'Vi to get aggressive and find themselves a pick. And looking for one in the meantime will be Twist.
Flamey on the B site will actually get the majority of the damage over onto Disco, taking down to 7 HP, and Zeus with a nice spray through the wall. Excellent communication from Na'Vi. They do pick up the first kill of the round, so they have the man advantage for the first time in a while. GODSENT only on those 4 players. Something that GODSENT have been doing repeatedly is just playing passive and waiting for Na'Vi to come to them, waiting for them to take those sort of weird pushed-up angles, trying to get that information from GODSENT, but they're just not giving it, and they're playing it sort of very intelligently and letting Na'Vi come to them. But in this instance, it didn't work out for them. They did actually lose that player to Disco as they just got taken down. Now, Edward playing up aggressive in bathrooms once more. This is one of those positions I was talking about. If they go for the frag and actually pull it off, Schneider again, just in that mid, you cannot beat this guy.
And look at the rotation instantly. GODSENT get the pick and they go, they've been running 2A this entire map, let's just rotate. Forget the B site, 10 seconds left and they'll start charging up. There's only one player on defense. Zeus is rotating in, but Luke has to do damage here. He's alone, again, another headshot comes in. Zeus trades, but it's back and forth, and oh my god.
Okay, so they didn't get the plant. They didn't get the plant off in time. GODSENT dropping the ball completely there. That is
was
absolutely
anyone even going
unforgivable.
for it? Because no planter got killed that round.
I don't know.
I just assume that they would jump on the... They got the first 2 entries. I assume they just stick the plant straight away.
I don't know. I mean, it was just a little bit weird there. That's really a mistake that GODSENT cannot afford to make. I mean, you're giving Na'Vi ground, and they're able to buy up those full rifles yet again, and GODSENT... Yeah, they dropped the ball. There's nothing more that really can be said about that. That is a huge error. They need to just move past it and try and get the rest of these rounds on the board. Still only 2 rounds for Na'Vi, so it's not the end of the world. But you don't want to be making that sort of mistake.
Yeah, that's it's very unlucky. We'll use that word.
Well, yeah, that's being generous, I feel. But yeah, let's go with that.
Na'Vi aggression on B short. They've got 3 players stacked here and Simple down on long. Only Edward defends the A bomb site. And again, this map is very difficult to put a solo player on the site, similar to Cobble in the sense that Edward can be solo A, but if he pushes up on toilets, GODSENT can now take control of long. Luckily for him, they'll come straight into his face, and he'll only get 1. Ready B trade, so now we have to see their rotation from Na'Vi as they pull players back up. Twist, up on long, and Schneider, sorry, that's Freddy, caught out. As Na'Vi pull things back into their advantage, but still only just getting another player on the A bomb site. They're very split up. 2 players in mid going to be flanked. It's finally Twist going to be making his way from long later in the round, and he gets one with the AWP. Trade, but back and forth. GODSENT still playing so passive late into the round, and it works out for them.
2 players. They do want to actually get onto a bomb site and actually go for the plant this time. Zeus holding on the A bomb site. Simple is actually watching that connector position, so they've really started to lock down the positions that GODSENT can be coming from. They do know that both of those players will be playing aggressive. They think one might be playing up mid, but they are actually both one playing from long, but they are just both going to be coming mid. And a nice flick headshot from Zeus, from Disco, is just going to finish off Zeus and turns around and tries to go for the second, is able to close it out. 12 HP left, but GODSENT take the round, save the AWP, and that was a pretty unexpected take.
What a messy round though from Na'Vi as well with those rotations. GODSENT went back to retrieve the bomb, and at that point they actually flanked onto the players coming through the connector. And
something as well that just happened is, given that Na'Vi won the round fully reinvested, they've had their economy reset. They're forced to force here. Next round they'll have to save, and this just keeps opening up GODSENT's lead. We're looking at a 9-2 scoreline already, and it's just sort of it's kind of, I don't know, it feels like Na'Vi are just letting all these rounds go, letting them slip, and once more, kind of in tune with the rest of their performance this season, just not right, just not there yet.
Yeah, again, it's hard to look into this one too much with Luke in the roster. Not that he's a bad player by any means. I was surprised at the pickup, a very random choice to get someone from Spirit Academy instead of Spirit maybe, or Vega Squadron, but maybe they weren't available or weren't interested. Vega, a team known to like this whole like friend family thing. They don't like making roster changes at least, so I doubt one of them wanted to join Na'Vi, as surprising as that is. And to be honest, Vega beat Na'Vi the other day for Epicenter, so as far as I'm aware, Vega #1. But yeah, it's early days for Luke. They might use a different cooling system, well, I'm sure they do, at least Zeus does, and this team is going to be very different to play in than Spirit Academy. So obviously a tier of opponents as well is going up. Spirit Academy don't quite play levels of teams this level, so I can't expect too much from him in that sense. But yeah, again, early days in this map, but GODSENT already running wild over Na'Vi. This round, as you said, looking to be 7-2, and then we'll see that anti-eco. And right now, Na'Vi are getting nothing done. It's all Twist as he picks up 2 more with the AWP. Simple already looking to save.
Has the Deagle, has the armor. That's going to be pretty strong into what would essentially be a full save. Having the Deagle in the armor, that's a pretty decent pickup. So he'll have a little bit more strength into the round. The rest of the players will not be able to buy pretty much anything. They did full invest into the rest of this round. And obviously, with that loss bonus reset, they will not be able to get anything. Maybe a P250 if they're lucky. And that Deagle just gets taken away as well. So GODSENT put another round on the board, and now they're looking to keep that one rolling here on their T side on Overpass versus Na'Vi. Don't think they're going to see any pistols on Na'Vi either. Simple did get that Deagle dropped, so they're just going to save.
Lovely shots there from Twist, but yeah, still another round for GODSENT, getting worrying 1P250 on Flamey will be all that Na'Vi throw into this round. GODSENT setting fast up towards the A bomb site. And Na'Vi this time stacking the A side of the map, it seems, or at least temporarily. They've always been throwing these 3-4-man Bs. Now they've got quite the opposite, only 2 players down here, and Zeus playing quick rotation. He's actually just jump spotting. They'll start to push up on short, and Doplin's here poised perfectly for this one. Flamey needs to check the corner, but Doplin climbs up. There's one, needs to spot the second, and he will. With this double entry, he might just burst into B, but actually as a result, Na'Vi pre-rotate both players down. Edward and Simple on the B bomb site, and GODSENT far from committed. The bomb's still outside of A. This is the thing, every round GODSENT have been running just a default, and they get picks, and then Na'Vi start to rotate, and then they push up from, and GODSENT push up from behind with the bomb, going, oh yeah, we just got it guys, don't worry, we're a little bit late, and shoot Na'Vi in the back. They've been getting so unlucky with these rotations. And again, it seems like it's going to continue happening. 8-2 is not only a possibility, but a probability.
Who's next? Roll up, one and all, Na'Vi. We've got a deal on your deaths right now. GODSENT will get the next round on the board as well. 8-2. And now Na'Vi have a chance to buy up into the round. If GODSENT can take this one home, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a very devastating scoreline of this half. If they don't, they'll have a mildly devastating scoreline in this half. It's kind of, you know, it's not looking good for Na'Vi in this half, certainly.
The scary thing is this buy isn't even very good for Na'Vi. We've only seen one AWP so far this map for the CT side, and that was on Luke, and nothing happened with that. This time they didn't have kits, so 4,500, barely enough to get a full buy together on the CT side. You know, you want those Molotovs, we don't see a single one. You want that AWP, maybe even a double AWP. But yeah, right now, Na'Vi not looking good in terms of economy or players, as Edward's down already on the A-bomb site. Freddy B does get tagged in the process, so damage done, but now GODSENT looking to push into B, and Simple's there. 1-for-1 through the smoke as it fades. GODSENT can burst, but with 2 players tagged up, they're going to relocate and hold on. And this is what we talk about Na'Vi, with the early rotations getting caught out. It happens again. Freddy finds another frag, and while Flamey will jump into the back, it's still another 1v1 favouring GODSENT.
The bomb hasn't pushed up, though. They haven't taken the bomb site, but they're just, yeah, they are just annihilating these rotates.
Na'Vi
left, right, center. They're pushing, and they're not doing it intelligently. Disco able to just close it out onto Zeus, and now this is the 9-2 scoreline that I talked about. They're going to have to eco again on Na'Vi. They might want to, I don't know, buy a pistol on Simple, but it's pretty much all they're going to be able to afford. Flamey potentially as well. Actually, it does get bought up by Zeus. Okay, so they are just going to force into this one.
No, half buy. They've got max loss, so
the
it's
LDLC
fine.
special.
No, it's not LDLC. It's a half buy. They've got max loss. LDLC is when they buy up half when they have full money, when they have 6k. Which is why it's so surprising. Na'Vi don't have enough to buy, but they have enough to invest and then buy up next round fully, while still putting a chance of winning this round. But it's easy rotations. Like those 2 players rotating back down connector were just speeding through the stairway, and GODSENT hadn't even committed to B after that peak. So it's clearly a miscommunication error. The guy on the B bomb site, assuming that this pick comes onto Simple, is going, oh, they're going to rush through, they're going to rush B. And Na'Vi go, okay, let's just run back down and rotate really fast. We'll be behind them. But they pushed too early because GODSENT held back after those picks, which is the most surprising part. But it worked out. And it's working out again. GODSENT already kicking things off in a 4v4.
They do get the trade. Luke was able to get the frag, so on an eco, relatively successful. 1 gun for 1 gun. That's exactly what you want. Yeah. But Twist makes it 2 for 1, and Edward does fall. Once more, they have control of connector, and once more, they have control of the approach to this B bomb site. Not to mention the control that they have over towards the A side of the map, as Na'Vi are taking a very passive position here. Simple and Flamey both have they have the Deagle and the UMP. They both have the armor as well, so potentially looking to save into the next round. They will be able to buy up next round as well. So doesn't really make too much sense. They're probably looking to play retake here. If they stick together, they have a little bit higher, more of a chance to go for it.
In this situation, when they're not going to win the round in a 2v4, they go for exit frags, and they try and upgrade these guns to AKs, because it's not worth saving a deal on arm or a UMP an arm if Flamey's going to want to upgrade to an M4 next round. So it depends what their next round plan is. You see Flamey now finds a gun. Now he saves or goes for exit. It's dangerous, but okay, GODSENT have enough money that it doesn't even matter for Flamey to do this damage, so GODSENT could chase. As far as this T-side are aware, is they should be chasing, because Na'Vi are going to be buying next round regardless. GODSENT want to keep their money low, and they can afford to lose players in the process. So we're going to be seeing Simple here, looking for exits, and the reason he's not playing too aggressive to the site is he has a UMP, so worst comes to worst, he plays that next round. Simple loves this gun. Flamey just going to full save, though, tagged up. And Schneider going to chase as well. Needs to watch out for this connector because Simple's up on that boost. If he walks out here, he'll get spotted instantly. But yeah, oh, that's unfortunate. Simple gets timed and Schneider will take him down. But an AK saved. Again, Na'Vi weren't looking to win the round. It's GODSENT to 10. With a lot of cash here for the T side. Na'Vi finally able to get this AWP back up. But it's still on Luke and he's glass cannon.
He has no armor to speak of. All that utility, though, the rest of his team are going to be able to buy that up. Only one kit being bought onto Flamey, so they're going to have to rely on him being able to rotate through, or at least potentially stopping GODSENT going for the plant. But given how they're playing, doesn't look too likely that they're going to be able to do that. GODSENT, pretty much everything they can ask for. As you said, loads and loads of money. No bothers on that front. Playing towards long. Luke actually towards the bathrooms. Could spot out any mid pushes as well. And he is able to land the shot on long onto Schneider. And they already have 2 picks as well, as Zeus finds one towards connector. So GODSENT have 3 players left. They're playing up close. Freddie B will start to go for this peek, and Luke is going to take the face. Checks the angle, and he isn't able to, he isn't looking at it. He's looking at mid. He's very wary of that position, but should have been looking to your left, my friend. He is going to go down. GODSENT take a little bit more control over the map towards A. Maybe looking to launch their attack, but they are just going to play passive just for now.
And again, Na'Vi with early rotation. Zeus pushes up on B, and now we have a triple A setup just as a result of this push from Zeus. It's good, but the only issue is he needs to be careful here. He can't afford to make the mistakes Na'Vi have been doing in running on these rotations, and he actually isn't. If you look at Zeus' positioning, he's just holding off onto B, making sure GODSENT don't rotate back down towards that bomb site. Right now, Na'Vi can commit to this 3-man A stack because they know it has to be this side of the map, and Zeus still has the info. So while he'll be late on that rotation, he gets so much information in this round that Na'Vi can commit to the stack, although they've actually rotated Flamey back down to B because Zeus has given up short control. Even so, you don't typically see a short burst from GODSENT. They would want to send players up through Monster. So maybe a bit of a risk here. And with Zeus pushing up, we may see Flamey rotate back on through, and he will. Now with the nades going over for GODSENT, 20 seconds left, they have to commit. They've lost these rounds before. They can't afford to do it again. Bomb dropped and work being done by Simple and Edward. They'll fall back. It's all onto Twist, and there's no time to do it.
No way he can get to the bomb and plant it in time. He has 4 players to run through. He's just going to try and get the frags and fall on back. If he does get fragged after time, which is exactly what they're going for. Ooh, I think that was just in time. If we can take a look at the... Can we take a look at the scoreboard so we can see if that was a time or a frag? Is that possible?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so it was a frag, so he was still in time. Does get the lost bonus back on board. They're going to be able to buy up anyway. It wouldn't really have mattered either way. They do have plenty of money to play with. And yeah, GODSENT do take the loss there, but they've already got 10 rounds on the board. I mean, they've already done the damage. Even if they lose these 2 next rounds, it's not really going to matter too much. They've already got a very favourable scoreline going onto their CT side, and Na'Vi really have their work cut out for them.
Let's see if they can extend this any further than 10. As they set up towards a B bomb site early on, Zeus going to be jump spotting. Got to be careful. Been seeing some wallbang damage from GODSENT in the previous round onto Flamey down on this B bomb site, so don't want that to happen again. Simple, almost tagged as well as he crosses. And GODSENT playing things very slowly. Again, this team is just waiting because Na'Vi have been playing so aggressive, and Luke posted up towards connect with the AWP as well. He's got a bit of support from Edward. GODSENT going to start to make their way out of the connector, or seemingly. Bomb still dropped outside of B, and actually some damage done by Na'Vi early on. Freddie is tagged, and GODSENT already losing some health is going to be favourable now for Na'Vi. Again, good utility to work with on the CT side, and the smoke start to go over. Molotovs will be thrown in response. Simple going to be playing close, not allowing GODSENT to move on through. Doppler got to be careful, flashed on through, but Simple's there, and that's a bomb going in first, already dropped. Everyone else walking into the meat grinder, and GODSENT just being torn limb from limb. Simple carries on with another shot, and there's no way that GODSENT can pick up this round, surely.
Oh, he picks up another rifle, does get taken down on the push through the smoke from Twist, but Luke, showing his true colours, able to pick up 2 frags, and Na'Vi take that 4th round and put it up on the board, trying to save a little bit of face. But as I said before, GODSENT still have already done the damage. They will be able to buy into this round. Maybe not quite the full AKs. They will have enough utility, though, to do pretty much whatever they want, run whatever strat they want to go for. But Na'Vi seem to have got the measure of them finally, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, well, still these CZs can be lethal as they send GODSENT up towards the A bomb site. Luke close and fully blinded as well. This man is getting peppered with flashbang. Schneider, first entry. Luke, he's got to go big here for Na'Vi. 1 kill's been found, and 2 as well. Looks for a 3rd, but dead. Zeus is there, luckily, to trade down on B as he drops Doppler, but now this rotation comes in, and Dennis, he's got to check the right angle. Zeus has pushed aggressively, and they will be aware of the possibility. Smoke down as well. They wait for the cross, but he's not going to go for a falling for any kind of tricks. Double Molotov in. Zeus fighting, and he'll go down. Probably forced to fight there with the mollies. Luckily, Simple's going to be able to catch this rotation through the connector if GODSENT do commit towards the A bomb site, and if they don't, then Flamey's down on B.
He's checking out Monster. He knows there's no one there now, so he is just going to keep his attention focused towards the short. GODSENT have a minute left to play with. They have got the bomb in their control. Freddie B will have that one in his back pocket. So they can choose to go pretty much anywhere they want to. It's just a matter of where they want to take those faces and where they want to challenge. Na'Vi do have players, both players sat in locations that will allow them to spot out any push that GODSENT do opt for go for. And right now, they are rotating towards Monster. They don't have too much time left, which means that if they move towards Monster at this point, they're fully committed. And it looks like that's what they're going to be going for. They have got a smoke left on Dennis, 2 flashes as well on Freddy and another on Dennis. So they can go and try and push. Simple has that smoke and those 2 flashbangs, potentially looking for that retake if he needs to. But right now, GODSENT leaving it late again, going towards this B-bomb site.
Yeah, Flamey playing passive as well allows for them to go for the retake here if he doesn't want to commit to the gunfight. Actually jumps. That's a fatal error as it now allows GODSENT to cross with the bomb. Dennis tagged up and Simple comes in quickly from the short. That rotation down connector is perfect and both kills found. Simple didn't even realize as he goes back in, gets the retake. Na'Vi 5 rounds on the board. So as you say, they pick things up at the end of the half. However, will it be too late? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. But we'll find out after the break. Welcome back. Second half here between Na'Vi and GODSENT moving into Overpass. We see GODSENT with an outstanding lead into this first map. But will Na'Vi be able to pull things back on the T side with the tactical ruggedness of Zeus? John, what are your thoughts?
I'm not sure. I feel like GODSENT just will be able to run away with this one if the pistol round goes their way, which it certainly did for them on the first half. They're just going to be able to run away with it. If Na'Vi don't sort of pick up their feet, which they did towards the end of the second half, to be fair.
Yeah.
They did sort of get a little bit of a read onto what GODSENT were doing and how they were playing, but I just don't think they're going to be able to exploit that on the CT side. You completely change up your strategy. And even now, you can see Twist is rotating all the way around the back of them, so they don't have the option to rotate away from this B site. They are fully committed. Yeah,
just charging on in. GODSENT, as a result, have a triple stack here, boosting the CT spawn, and one player on barrel. Zeus won't expect it, but he's grabbing the first kill anyway. Freddy lets them pass, but only to line them up and knock him down. 2 for him. Stops 2 players and the bomb plant, but Na'Vi can still get that down on the site. However, Doppelin doing damage as he rotates on in. And again, we look at this flank from Twist.
They haven't managed to get the bomb plant just yet. They will spawn out the bomb carrier there, but Flamey's watching the back, and that's just going to be allow them to get that plant that they didn't put in too early on. But Disco Doppler does have the kit. If he opts to go for these retake and he gets a frag, there's one. He's done a lot of damage already to Flamey. If he is able to get the shot over the top, trying to find the head, rotates around, last shot needed. Again, that kit will give him the time that he needs. Not too sure that Na'Vi have realized that as well. He could just stick this one. If they don't peek in time, he's just going to be able to get it.
No!
Oh, the rotate comes in, and he's not able to land the shots. Na'Vi, Flamey, not able to clutch it out for them. GODSENT take the round on the defuse, and that's a very strong performance from Disco Doppler, to be fair. Able to get those shots when he really shouldn't have done.
That should be an instant kill for Flamey when he goes for the peak.
Absolutely.
I don't know how Doppler sticks a bomb for another whole second before he gets some and goes, I don't have time, I've got to fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, those odds now very swayed, and I do not blame them for that. Playing things safe on GODSENT as well, as they are looking very good coming into the second half, especially with that pistol round under their belt. Na'Vi 6. I'm not even surprised judging by how this match is going. Double Deagle up, double AK, scout in for Luke. And right now, GODSENT, full rifles. They're playing things very, very safe moving on to the CT side. Don't want any SMGs in play. They're aware of the potential that Na'Vi can actually buy here as well after getting that bomb plant. Maybe not expecting it. That's why they went for the full rifles, but aware of the possibility. So that's why they don't want to lose any moving forward. Is Na'Vi either way will be eco if they lose this, or like you'd hope they would be.
Well, you never know. You never know. But GODSENT do take home the pistol round. They'll be looking to claim the next round as well, as Twist just lands a couple of headshots with that FAMAS and says, cheers, thanks very much, Flamey. I'll take that one to the bank. Dennis trying to do the same, gets the spray for 2. Zeus and Luke fall. And Na'Vi have 2 players left standing, Edward and Simple. They're 2 players you probably do want on this roster left standing, but Simple does get shut down. Twist trying to find the second one as Edward just sort of stands by the corner, tries to find the pick towards long, but it's not going to happen. GODSENT lose a man, but they win the round.
They may win a further round as well with this eco coming in from Na'Vi. Can't see more than the P250 or 2 invested. No chance for a Catalyst AK either, that we've been seeing occasionally in EPL this week. But 12 and 5 right now. What can Na'Vi do to get back into this game? They've got a buy round coming up next, but they'll only have AKs and a bit of utility, whereas GODSENT already starting to build up bank here. Saved AK as well on Dennis, good utility. Right now, GODSENT are looking fantastic.
Looking pretty strong, and there's another bit of evidence for that. Dennis able to get 1 frag, make that 2. Schneider picks 1 up as well across the map, but the damage has already been done. Against full Glocks, though, not really too much analysis can be done on a full Glock round. It's just a matter of how much damage, how many peas are Na'Vi going to eat this round. And, well, looks like Dennis might be a little bit allergic, as he is going to be the only one to go down. 13-5 now for GODSENT, and they are inching ever closer to that victory.
Yeah, this buy round could seal the fate of Na'Vi here and now, not even give them an option to move into the second half. If GODSENT find it, not only up to 14, but then we see forced buy wars, because Na'Vi will not want to allow GODSENT to get 15. So they have to force buy. If they get a bomb plant, that'll make things easier.
Well, I mean, they certainly didn't want to allow them to get to a 13-5 scoreline in the first place, so I don't really think it's what Na'Vi want at this point that dictates how this match is going to go.
Maybe electronic is what they want, but right now it's going to be a push down towards B from the CT side, very aggressive. Doesn't work out for them. Freddy only 1 kill, but at the cost of 2. Na'Vi now with a double pick, likely going to charge into B. Doppler got to be very careful as well. He pulls out a smoke, peeked by Luke, but they line up, and he takes both frags. Bomb dropped as well, so it can allow for that full rotation from GODSENT. Boost up from Zeus on short as well, as the smoke has been placed by the CT side, but even so, this is looking very, very scary for Na'Vi. They need to find a kill.
They will have heard out Zeus on the boost, but he's able to get 1 frag nonetheless. Dennis towards water, but has to fall back. The bomb, again, is not in position. As the rotate fast from Zeus, just actually able to get the frag here. Now it's just Twist. He has been able to pick up these clutches before. That smoke will not block his vision of the bomb, so if he opts to go up and try and go for the peak early, oh, he just sails wide with the shot. They are going to continue their push up on towards the B site, and again, misses that shot, playing up close, and Flamey able to land the headshot. Na'Vi take a much-needed rifle round against GODSENT, and, well, that gives them a little bit of respite, but they still have to keep themselves to the grindstone.
Yeah, this money is awkward now for GODSENT, because we have players up on 6k and also players on 2k, so right now, the money is going to be spread across the players quite unevenly, and a buy will come through regardless. So, AWP potential, yeah, Schneider's going to go for it. Why not? Pull it in early. You know Na'Vi have a saved one as well from the previous round, so why not? As Luke's going to be doming that again here for the T side. Schneider, with his own AWP, will be setting up on the A-bomb site, up on long. And that's exactly where Twister's getting aggressive with the CZ. Risky positioning as well. But it's okay, because Na'Vi is set majority of the outside of this B-bomb site, looking to burst in. But the flash, it allows for, again, another peek down short from GODSENT. 2 rounds in a row. This time it actually works in their favor, as Disco going to take down Zeus early on.
They've got 1 frag. They just need to keep it rolling. Keep that money train coming through. Na'Vi could be looking for a boost up here. This could be pretty devastating to GODSENT if they do get spotted out, and that's going to be the frag going over to Simple with a nice little boost. Waiting for the rotates is Edward. He's ready to receive. Finds one, pushes up, will be on contact with the other 2, but they are actually going to fall back into bathrooms. They don't want to go for that close aggression and potentially go for that one-on-one trade. Again, that would give him a 2-for-1 trade total over his life, which is not something you want to be able to give. You just want to go for those peaks, but he's made his way all the way over to long, so they do need to be careful for that. Dennis will be watching that angle, but Edward will just fall back off that face, and Na'Vi have to regroup, figure out where they're going to go. And it looks like B site is still on the cards. The bomb over towards that position on the map. 4 players left versus 3, and they've had to spread their forces thinly on GODSENT across both of the bomb sites, and the execute is going to come through towards B. I'm
not even sure if GODSENT can go for this. There's 1 player on the site, that'll be Freddy B. He'll contest surely just to try and get a kill or 2, but if he doesn't find anything, instantly we should see the save from GODSENT. They're almost playing retake on the site, and that doesn't really work on this map when you have a man disadvantage, because you just don't have any options to get back in unless Freddy gets kills. So it's so destined on him doing work from such a long-range position, not even committed. As he gets damage done onto Edward, but also received, he'll not be able to fall back from that position. They don't have a flash to get him out of there, and Na'Vi are even holding the cross. So right now, all I say is good luck to Freddy. He's even going to swap the guns back just because he knows he's probably going to be dead here. Dennis wants to save the M4, and they're like, okay, Freddy, we'll just leave you there. Never leave a soldier behind, they say, but GODSENT apparently on a different rule set. He's going to just be stuck behind enemy lines, and yeah.
They're playing by the Pirates code.
That's so funny. That's so mean. That's so mean from Dennis. There's nothing he can do.
A noble sacrifice in the name of GODSENT.
A captain always goes down with his ship.
Yeah, but these, as I said, these guys are playing by the pirate code. A man who falls behind gets left behind.
Yeah, clearly. Poor Freddy.
Poor Freddy indeed. Yeah, so anyway, Na'Vi pick up another round, so they aren't done just yet. Their T side seems to be a little bit stronger than their CT showing. But GODSENT only need 1 or 2 rounds, and then they've pretty much secured it. If they're able to keep that damage going over onto Na'Vi, which, to be fair, they haven't really been having a massive impact. They haven't been getting those 4Ks in the rounds that they lose. So they haven't really been able to limit as much as potentially they would have wanted to. So Na'Vi will still have that bankroll if they do take the loss in one of these rounds coming up. But GODSENT, nonetheless, very close to that victory. That's really what they're going to be looking for. And I have to say, Luke has been doing relatively well on this AWP.
Yeah, not as bad as I would have thought. Again, AWP for Team Spirit Academy, but coming into this game, we were talking about this a little bit in the halftime break. You know, why is he on AWPing over Simple? You would expect Simple to be on the AWP, and you explained it, and it was a good argument in the sense that, you know, putting him on the AWP and Simple on the rifle is more effective overall than Simple on the AWP and Luke on the rifle, just because of Simple's rifling abilities that Luke may not possess to the same level. So it makes sense, but it's also, it's crazy that Na'Vi, instead of just picking up a strong rifler to keep Simple on that AWP, went for an AWPer. But hey, it's not the end of the world. We'll take it with a grain of salt, as now we see the push up towards a bomb site here from Freddy. Gets taken down. Zeus opening things up here on the T side, and Na'Vi already off to a man advantage. But this shouldn't be a round that they lose with 2 rifles in play for GODSENT.
Schneider does have that AWP though. Will be playing. Actually, I'm not too sure where he's going to be playing. Where is he playing? He's on the A site, but Disco is on the B site, and he's able to land the headshot onto Simple. Luke frags back onto Disco once more, but Dennis is in heaven. He lands the headshot onto Flamey, and now the manpower is even on both of these sides. Although Twist doesn't have that rifle, the bomb is still in the possession of Na'Vi, and they have control of the bomb site. Twist is on a very nice flank, and the time is very low. If they stop this plant, they have a chance. If they play it close, they fall back. They don't have time. He hasn't picked up the bomb. He hasn't gone for the plant. He's just on the edge. Will he be able to get it? Oh, plant just comes through. So Na'Vi, by the skin of their teeth, able to close that one down. But GODSENT, with a flurry of kills, putting themselves back into the running for this one. It's all on whether Edward goes for the peak onto the right angle. Schneider drops down. I think he took a bit of damage there as well, so that's just going to ruin his chances. He does pick up a kit. They do find that one out, but Edward playing up close just gets the spray, and Na'Vi take a very close round, but it looked like GODSENT had that one there. I was very worried.
That was so ridiculously close. Edward just saving it for the team. And I mean, GODSENT 2 rifles into that round, but they still put up 4 kills. Despite, you know, Na'Vi picking it up in a situation that GODSENT could have won, damage done. And you can't take that away from them. Now as they move forward, Na'Vi, if you look at their money, are going to have a real issue. And this is the best part here for GODSENT, because even though they've not picked up a round in a few in a row now for, you know, Na'Vi's sake, as soon as GODSENT get one more on the board, Na'Vi's money is gone. And then, you know, 14 rounds up against a force buy from Na'Vi, that's where things start to look very, very difficult. So that's the best part for GODSENT here. It's not all about rounds right now, it's about damage. And eventually when they get one, Na'Vi are going to be struggling. And this time we have rifles up here for GODSENT. No AWP in play. Still good enough utility to get the job done. As we see Na'Vi play this one far slower. They know what they're up against coming into this round, so they're going to push 2 players up connector quickly, try and take this A control as well. GODSENT running a triple A setup. I think that's actually Schneider and Heaven on B, actually, so only 2. Yeah, and a bait and switch down on this A-bomb site as well, so just Dennis playing close on the corner and support from Twist, who should just be jumping for information and then peeking when Dennis gets peeked.
Setting up slowly. They know this is a rifle round. Don't want to give anything away. Putting their best foot forwards into this one. Na'Vi with a decent shot at a comeback here. I mean, they've really been putting in a lot more work, and with the opening frag as well going over onto Twist, that's just going to give them that little bit more confidence moving forwards. Again, that bomb still in their control, moving up towards the A side. They have rotated away from that B side presence, and they're pushing up long and they're pushing up mid, and Flamey's going to open up the mid as well. Getting the pick, playing up close. Will be another frag for Zeus as Dennis does go down, and now the A site's completely open. GODSENT probably not even going to want to go for this retake. They're just going to save on the B.
Yeah, no reason to do so with 2 players left standing. The only awkward spot again is they don't save 3 players into this round. So now GODSENT fall back, only 2 surviving. Is it even worth forcing up round these guns? Probably not, to be honest. They want to just go for that single eco so they can buy up next. And if they lose another man, there's definitely no reason. Sometimes when you see 3 players survive on the CT side in this situation, they would go for the buy because they can drop guns over, but with 2, no, and I don't know if they even make it away with 2. Here's Flamey starting to push in on the flank, and we've also got Zeus walking up from B. The 2 tagged players going for the hunt, funnily enough, and probably not the best decision, as you can see already. Freddy going to drop another one of those. Luke just holding the angle, and Edward, he knows Molotov goes in. That should force out this last player in the corner. Freddy just getting hot and toasty, and into the hands of Zeus. Na'Vi finish off all the saving players, and they get good damage as well while keeping 3 alive on this T side.
Na'Vi looking pretty good here. They are picking up their feet and doing a little bit more work than perhaps we gave them credit for. Their T side coming in relatively strong here on Overpass. They do have the momentum going in their favor as well. They're probably going to be able to put up those double digits, but it's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. And GODSENT do have 2 Deagles, 2 CZs as well to be playing with. The smoke on Schneider gets used over towards connector to just try and stop any fast pushes coming out towards the B site, which they don't want to have to deal with, because they have stacked up a little bit more towards the A site. Normally we see those 3 players over towards B, but actually the rotate coming through towards this B. So yeah, those 4 players actually standing towards B now for GODSENT as Na'Vi.
Ooh, triple boost.
Ooh.
You know it's coming in. You know it's coming in. The classic penta boost. They first showed this in the qualifiers for DreamHack London. That's the first time we ever saw this. Back in 2014, in fact, up on this B bomb site. I like it, but the issue is Na'Vi aren't walking to B, so
yeah. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
But it's the same as a site stack, right?
Yeah, again, with these pistol rounds, it's worth going for because it's a huge surprise, and Na'Vi would not be expecting this. But the issue is Schneider's now going to get the information, and Na'Vi are focusing on the same bomb site. Surely those footsteps have been heard, and the Molotov burn as well, and will get to free kill. And Na'Vi, man advantage, going to charge up into A.
The rotate, though, coming through from GODSENT. They have nothing to lose. All hands on deck as they just rotate in, trying to go for the hold, and as Na'Vi haven't actually gone for this fast push, they don't have control of the site yet, so they have a little chance of going for those holding angles, but with Edward pushing up the long and Flamey echoing from short, it's just going to be the site take going over pretty smoothly. Just Freddy left to contend. Edward should spot that one out, get the frag, no bother, no foul, and that's Na'Vi putting double digits up, and 13-10. That's a very good scoreline, certainly something that I didn't expect going into this half. Given the way that Na'Vi were playing early on, but as I said, towards the end of that first half, they really started to gain momentum. They started to gain a little bit of traction against GODSENT. Looks like they've got in their minds just that little bit, and they're making that work to their advantage in a fantastic fashion. Now GODSENT buying up those full rifles. No head armor to speak of, but that's okay. You're against AKs and the AWP. Doesn't really matter. You get a headshot, you're going down anyway. 3 defuse kits and plenty of utility to play with as well. This is the round that they want to win, and this is the round they want to come back into.
Yeah, again, if GODSENT don't find this, Na'Vi may realistically take this map, which is a huge upset. If we remember back to the odds at the half, 6.2575 for Na'Vi, something ridiculous. And while I agreed with it at the time, now it's starting to bite back. As Na'Vi are looking good on this T side. GODSENT have got to throw in a curveball, and they've gone for some aggression on the short at the very least. Doppler and Freddy B. Nice double setup, kind of playing close angles and also having headshot angles here from Freddy. He's just peeking on top of that corner of the wall off.
No one's watching Monster, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, it's like putting a solo player up on the A-bomb site on this map, or even on Cobble on A-long. It's always an issue. Luckily, 2 players going to walk up, but Doppler, what are you looking at? Turns around, nick of time, will turn back, but he goes down to Flamey. Trade in, and Freddy B still doing damage, but now they flank from behind. Now they're going to start to push up Monster, and this is what you mentioned. They're going to be pizzering into this B bomb site. Trade as well from Edward, and right now Na'Vi have B, and GODSENT are nowhere to be seen.
They kept checking the wrong angles and flipping angles like it was... Like they weren't sort of communicating too well, but they are going to pay the price for it. Both of them do go down, but Twist with a left flick able to take Edward off the service. Simple will push around and get the refrag. So 2 versus 2 as GODSENT look to potentially go for this retake. Both of them on the short. The boost does come through, but Simple's planting in the smoke. Will not get spotted out. The spray from Simple will land over onto Dennis, and now it's just Schneider. Has done plenty of damage over onto Simple. If he's able to get that incendiary to do its work, he will spot the left player. Simple not quite taking the damage, but that's a little bit of damage going over onto Luke, and now if he pushes onto the site and gets a frag onto one of them, that full flash will do its work, and now he has a chance. He's behind the pillar. He has the kit. No. He can just stick this one. If Luke doesn't push up, if he doesn't get the shot off, he's just going to get the defuse, and GODSENT take the round. Na'Vi with a slip up. Luke will get the frag, but it's not going to matter. The damage has been done. The moving hand hath writ, and having writ, moves on.
I don't even blame Luke for holding that angle. You shouldn't always chase, especially when you're tagged up with an AWP. In that situation for Luke, it's best to just hold and wait for that, because if he pushes up and with the AWP and Schneider's faking, then boom, you're dead, because you only get 1 shot off with that AWP, and Schneider, you know, could have easily killed him with 44 HP left. Very unfortunate round for Na'Vi, despite the great start, and now, moving forward, they're up against Death's Door, knocking on Death's Door, sorry. GODSENT don't have the best utility to play with into this round, though. Na'Vi, having built up the cash from winning the previous few, are going to be in a good spot to actually get this reset, so that's always on the cards. Especially with the setup they're running. 2 connector, 1 towards this A-bomb site. That's just Dennis close on long, and 2 players down on B. Luckily, Doppler going to pre-rotate towards the A-bomb site, but Dennis, he's going to be the man to watch out for, because Na'Vi, they will be able to find him. 2 players pushing up long. Edward close, checks the corner. Dennis needs 1, but he won't find any. GODSENT need to call for rotations. They need to call for them fast.
Pushing down connector as well. Simple. Just styles on Twist, pushes down, gets the headshot with the AK, and just falls straight back. That nade could do a little bit of damage, but Disco Doppler able just to fall back. 4 HP left to his name, and GODSENT once more. They're in a little spot of bother, but there's Schneider on the back lines. He's able to take out Simple, finally getting the first frag for his team on the board, but GODSENT probably not going to be going for this retake. They're falling back, going for those exit frags. Saving 3 men into this round will be a significant chunk of money that they're going to be able to push forwards. Of course, they will be on the full reset, as you mentioned, and Na'Vi going to put another on the board. 11-14 after a 10-5 half. They're really putting their best foot forward here, and I have to give it to them. They are just doing very, very well to bring it back and to keep this one rolling.
Yeah, and again, this is such an important save for GODSENT. This round means so much that they keep 3 players alive. So Edward has got to be watched out for, because if GODSENT can keep 3 going, yes, they get reset and get $1,400 loss bonus, but they can buy up far more effectively. Can't drop over rifles, that's the only issue, but we can have UMPs and pistols in play. And oh, Edward, he's very close. That's it. That's a massive mistake. And there we go, GODSENT losing a player. That will massively affect the possibility of this buy here. I mean, they're going to go for it because it's reset, but eesh. Really taking away from their chances of picking up their 15th round here and now. They'll have to go for the buy. Unlikely going to win it as well, because Na'Vi have been looking very good on these kind of anti-M4 pistol buys, these mixes that GODSENT have had. So 12 rounds likely, then the eco for GODSENT, and then a full buy. This is starting to look worrying. 14-13 on the cards here for Na'Vi if they do well.
And they certainly are doing well. They've really just been putting in the performance, and Luke on that AWP has had a little bit more of an effect than I had given him credit for. Obviously letting it slip a little bit over towards that B bomb site, but I mean, 1 mistake, that's forgivable. I'm willing to do that, especially given
I'm willing to do that.
I'm
How
willing
gracious
to
of you.
I am willing to grant you passage through my vitriol, as I don't know. No one said that. No one's ever said that before.
The god himself forgives Luke. But yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Redemption.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Jokes aside, yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi have been looking good and looking like they're going to continue that. This is a curveball round for GODSENT that if they can pick up, it would be phenomenal because it counter resets Na'Vi on a pistol round as well, meaning their money will be so good. And that's a way to start things off. Bomb dropped, as you say. Luckily, response is immediate for Na'Vi, so they trade back double as Twist continues his aggression on long. So well-timed aggression on Twist, but Na'Vi luckily holding the push, as now it's going to be back on a 4-on-3. GODSENT pre-rotating these rifles up towards the A-bomb. So that's actually Freddy as well. We've got Disco deep in the connector, and Na'Vi, well, they may walk up towards A. GODSENT pushed up as well, and right now, with no one up on short, GODSENT are going to be watching the wrong area of this A-bomb site.
They'll be waiting to receive the challenge, but nothing will come through. The bomb is on their own, so if the bomb pushes up through mid and they actually shut it down in bathrooms, that will give GODSENT a very nice position to be working with. You can see Flamey over towards Birthday. If he pushes up those bathrooms and actually takes the challenge there, drops the bomb, GODSENT all of a sudden have a little bit more momentum. They'll have that rifle as well. They'll spot it out. They know where the bomb is, so they can call for those rotates, but he has the player to go for those trade frags. Schneider will get one, but he's traded off. Now it's just Disco Doppler with that FAMAS. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to save? Has that kit? Can he even find his way through the smoke? There you go. Left foot, right foot, right foot. Walk all the way into Luke's crosshair and meet your maker. Na'Vi take another round, 4 players surviving into that one, and that is going to be just another round going over to them. And as you said before, it's looking like the 14-13 scoreline as GODSENT aren't showing us the same sort of performance that they did in that first half.
Yeah, and we talk about how Simple does so well despite Na'Vi losing all these maps. Now the one map that Na'Vi may be able to actually win, obviously, while they are still behind, it's looking good. Simple's second last on the board, I think. He's on 18 kills. Not a bad scoreline by any means, but he's getting outshined by both Edward and Flamey. Only Luke below him with that AWP on 12. So right now, things are actually looking good for the rest of the team as well. Let's see if they can continue that. Edward certainly can. 1 kill, flashed out fully, but somehow he's still landing damage. Zeus able to bail him out as well, and only 1 kill for Schneider with the pistol. Luckily traded by Edward, 3 for him. So pretty clean anti-eco. 13 rounds here for Na'Vi. Actually, sorry, Zeus is behind Simple, so it's not all bad.
I think they're choosing whether or not they're going for the AWP. And yeah,
this is
back to how they were exactly at the start of the game.
Started.
Which is fair enough. I mean, at this point, Na'Vi looking set. This round is crucial. Obviously,
yeah. This is make or break. Na'Vi win this, they win map, in my opinion. If they lose this, GODSENT win map. Yeah, I think whoever wins this wins map, in my opinion. The only difference is if GODSENT win this, Na'Vi still have money to fall back on, whereas the opposite isn't enough.
Absolutely. No AWP on the side of GODSENT as well, which is something you do need to take into account. They will not be able to have that powerful green gun on their side, whereas Luke is just going to take that one, and that is a very good opening for Na'Vi as Flamey able to get the shot through the wall, lands the head, and now it's just going to leave one player on that B site, and he's just going to be taken down as well. Flamey open up with both frags. It's the B site completely taken over, and now they have the chance to just go for the site hold. They need to go for the retake for GODSENT.
No, they need to save. They need to do the opposite of a retake in this situation, in my opinion, because right now, if GODSENT go in for the retake and lose all 3 players, not only did Na'Vi get 14 rounds, but GODSENT have no money, and then they can't challenge. They need to either, eco things up, allow Na'Vi to get 15 and play for OT, or force up, and then risk losing both force buys in a row where they only have a little bit of money. This is really not good for GODSENT. They need to keep 3 players alive. It's not a retakeable situation. You can see they're already doing that. Every kill Na'Vi gets on this hunt is worth its weight in gold. If Flamey can find another one, it will single-handedly tear GODSENT apart in the next round. They can have full rifles, potentially, with
that was sneaky.
If players have money in the bank. I'd actually like to see the scoreboard quickly while we're not seeing any gunfights to see if...
That was super sneaky. You saw he actually used the bottles on the table to hide his head and still have vision over the rest of mid. Zeus will be taking a little bit of a face on long, gets fully flashed out and has to back off. They don't want to trade the trade because Twist is ready and moved in to back him up. If he goes to the peak, he will spot a player out, and the trade actually comes through. Oh, that was so crucial, as you said before. Saving those 3 was so important. If they'd have lost that, that would have been pretty much game going over to Na'Vi, and now they have the full rifles. Yet again, they have the round in the bag. No helmets going across, those diffuse kits coming through as well. It's essentially a replay of the last round. Na'Vi have everything they ever want. All of the money in the back pocket. They have complete control over their economy, whereas GODSENT, they are pretty much on last chance saloon here. And once more, it's going to be the case that whoever wins this round wins the game. As you said before,
well,
it was potential. Yeah, I mean, but this round it really is. And GODSENT started off nicely with a pick from Dennis. And they are just going to take a man off the board, and a lot of damage going over onto Flamey, and they find another. Freddy B is ready and raring to go, and GODSENT finally find their feet in the second half.
Yeah, maybe a little bit late. They take a hiatus from getting these kills, but early 2 frags is going to be massively important now. Flamey, who's also been doing very well. We look to now Edward and Simple, the men of the hour, to step up. The bomb going to be regrouped back towards Connector already. Na'Vi looking towards this A-bomb site. Don't have a lot of defense, and that's the thing that surprises me most. If GODSENT are in a 5-on-3, run a 2-3 setup. Don't run any risks. Don't allow Na'Vi to have any foothold into this round. So yeah, they will. Twist and Dennis on this A-bomb site, luckily enough, because if they got rushed on A, if Twist was still down on B and Dennis went down, that's Na'Vi with the bomb site and suddenly back into the round. But now with a double setup, it's good. And Schneider even going to rotate on through. He has quick rotate potential from that heaven. And Na'Vi about to walk onto A. This is where it could all fall apart. Sneaking on through. They need to check the car, and they will. Twist been spotted. Simple, a massive kill. 30 seconds left, and Edward will follow up. Damage done by Na'Vi. They may be able to pick up this round after all in a 3-on-5. Traded back to a 2-on-3. And GODSENT with quick rotations through the CT spawn. Not going into the connector. No flanks coming in here. As they all regroup as a team, starting to come back in. No utility left in terms of anything apart from flashbangs through the team. Schneider close. Simple going to be chasing, but he pays the price, and Schneider finds a frag. It's all onto Edward. A 1v3 now, as they know where he is. They've spotted him throwing the utility from this position, and Schneider's just going to wrap the back. GODSENT pick it up. 3 players even surviving, so money isn't going to be an issue moving forward. And 15 rounds, finally, for the Swedes.
It's all on this one. We've said that for the past 3 rounds, but it definitely is all on this one. Round number 30 in this match. Here on Overpass, GODSENT and Na'Vi battling it out, duking it out like the gladiators of old. And Na'Vi so close to being able to take this one to overtime.
And again, this is what we said, right? Because it's okay that GODSENT find 15 first, because Na'Vi can still buy. Flip side, Na'Vi get 15 first, GODSENT have no money, and the game's over. So we still have this one under question. Overtime is a possibility, as much as our production wouldn't love that. As we go into it again, Dennis, he did this in the previous round. He took down Luke. Will they expect it? He's already been flanked from the behind. Edward going to be pushing up, and so is Dennis. Oh, the timing. Zeus not spotted. Who will see who first? Dennis sees him, but now he's got to worry about his back. They can push him from behind. Edward will, but he misses a shot. And Dennis, how is he getting away with this? 2 kills. This is stupid.
Oh, Zeus able finally to shut him down, but that's a mistake that Na'Vi will pay the price for. They've taken a lot of damage over onto Zeus as well. Flamey turns the corner. He's just going to be able to trade that back, and that advantage dissipates in the fraction of a second. Flamey turns the corner and gets the frag, but he's traded, does a backflip on short, and Na'Vi have their scorelines equalized 2 versus 2. It's really down to the wire here. Round number 30. AWP and AK versus AWP and AK. There's really nothing separating both of these teams at this point. Na'Vi looking to rotate towards the B-bomb site. Disco playing from the back. Twist will be playing up on the A site. He's going to be calling to see who's going to receive the challenge from Na'Vi first. And it will be Disco playing at the back of the B site, looking for those heads, playing those angles, and just falls back, spots out a player, but that is going to prompt the rotate from Twist. He's going to be falling down, pushing towards that heaven position, trying to get the overwatch. Luke gets the plant. Na'Vi have the position on the site, and GODSENT have to go for this retake.
Yeah, well, if there was any time where they wouldn't save, this is going to be it. Doppelin are going to be grouped up by Twist, both of them pushing on him. Flashbang lands perfectly, but the players of Na'Vi duck. They don't want to take the fight. No incendiaries left as well to force GODSENT out of these positions. Sorry, Na'Vi as Disco pushes back in. 1 more kill needed, and he finds it. A massive round for Disco, a massive round for Dennis, and a 16th round for GODSENT. As they take the victory here in the first map. It comes all the way down to the wire. A 10-5 half for GODSENT. Na'Vi pull it back to 14, but they can't close it out. What a ridiculous match.
Na'Vi, though, playing a little bit stronger than perhaps we'd expected them to.
Yeah.
They really did. They actually had a very good T half. It was just their CT side that kind of let them down. They're taking that 5-10 and obviously going a little bit less on the second half, but they couldn't quite step up to the mark on that T side, unfortunately. But I have to say, they did play a little bit better than they have done for the rest of the season. Luke really finding his feet in the team, and Simple on that rifle, having a little bit more of an effect than I think Luke certainly would have had. Yeah,
again, you've got to look into this one, though. If we look back a couple of months ago, this is a kind of matchup that Na'Vi just stomp over or are meant to stomp over. This is not one that GODSENT should be winning. So coming into this game, I really it hurts me to see this team of Na'Vi players and then see them lose against GODSENT, just off of a historical context and going, oh, you know, this is Na'Vi, they should be winning this game. But either way, yeah, a great performance from GODSENT across the board. We saw lots of individual performances from these guys, from these Swedish players, as you would expect. Schneider especially had a great game as well, now that you think of it. Lots of rounds where he just burst up onto the A bomb site like this and just got double entries. And while there were some silly mistakes made from Na'Vi on the CT side, once they actually got on that T side, once they got the chance to open up rounds, I think that's where they were far more comfortable. It was kind of the setups that we saw as a massive issue on the CT side, and the rotations especially were pretty dreadful from Na'Vi. So T side's obviously where they're going to look to do more damage. And coming into Cobble as a second map as well, one that GODSENT surprisingly enough are better on the CT side on. Now seeing, you know, Na'Vi on their T side versus a strong CT side Cobble from GODSENT, this could be a very interesting series, you know, in both maps.
Could be a very quick series as well. They're able to just close it down.
I thought that after the first half. And
yeah, we certainly did. But it was the T side of Na'Vi, as you said. They're coming up against a stronger CT side. Maybe those sort of plays won't work out. Not having that sort of traditional mid-bridge in Cobblestone really sort of limits the rotations that you can do on that T side. You really sort of you have the funnel into the middle or the funnels to either site, and if you have to choose where you want to go. You can go for 2 of them, not really go for 3 of them, and you essentially have that sort of back CT line that they can rotate around, and it's pretty much that. Whereas on Overpass, you do have that whole middle section of the map that's a bit of a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey mishmash of nonsense.
Some interesting map picks for today, but we'll see if the second one goes the way of GODSENT or if Na'Vi can equalise this one back in with a 1-1 scoreline for tonight's matches. We'll see you straight after the break for Cobblestone. Don't want to miss it.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.